Abundance Deep Dive Day 27, and today poked me a little bit. Not me personally of anything that I'm doing or not doing. The topic today was all about taking action, and what is poking me are a couple of people in my life who are spinning in their shit and thinking that they're moving forward as they're spinning in shit, and it's just our different perspectives, right? And then they keep asking me for advice. And this is exactly what we talked about on the call, which is when we are in that place of scarcity and are begging the universe, friends, anybody for advice. What can I do? I don't know what to do, and I don't know what the next step is, right? We spin in, I don't know. We start to begin to believe that we're not capable of figuring it out. And so when people are offering advice or when the opportunities do show up from the universe, we don't do anything about it. We just let the opportunity pass us by, like, no, that probably isn't it, or we're so blind to it that we don't even see it as an opportunity, and it was staring us right in the face, right? We're so consumed by, I don't know. And it's such a lame excuse. Google can figure out almost anything. If you Google whatever it is that you don't know, Google will tell you they'll likely show you a video on YouTube of how to do it step by step. So it's not necessarily a case of you don't know. It becomes you're not willing to. It becomes you're not courageous enough, strong enough, brave enough, whatever that happens to be, to get to that space. So then it goes back to truth and love. You know what? I acknowledge that this is a situation that I'm in, but I'm not strong enough to take action. I'm not strong enough, or I don't know enough to do anything about it. Can you show me those steps? And until we can start owning whatever it is that's going on, instead of like, I don't know what's happening, you're gonna drive everybody around you crazy. This is what's happening right now. And it gets to the point where the universe, friends and family, when you don't take their advice or you don't jump on those opportunities, and then you go back and say, okay, I'm ready for an opportunity, show me. We're kind of like, you know what? No, what did you do at the last time? Like, I gave you a golden nugget and you did nothing. It's super frustrating from this perspective, looking in and watching them spin. And I know that when I'm in scarcity for myself, it is very difficult to recognize it. It's hard to see. So starting to ask the questions of what if, instead of trying to have this perfect plan. So these two people that I'm frustrated with right now in my life, both of them are looking for the perfect plan. Everything has to be laid out, step by step, easy peasy. It can't be too complicated, no surprises, because heaven forbid there should be a surprise. And life just doesn't work like that. Hate to tell you. The surprises are what makes you grow and what makes you stronger and more resilient. And the successful path isn't like this mysterious thing that everybody seems to be searching for, but nobody ever finds, because the success is through the failure, not around it, not trying to avoid it, not trying to pretend it doesn't exist, or completely like try and skirt all the way around. Like if I don't take my eyes off of it and do those failure things, then it won't happen to me and I'll just skip to success. It doesn't work like that. You have to go through the failures. You have to try a bunch of things to see what you like, to see what works, to see what you don't like and what doesn't work. And that is called failure. It can look and feel a bunch of different ways. So instead of being afraid to look stupid or to sound stupid, or you don't know what you're talking about, or you don't know enough, start looking for the information. Google it, educate yourself, and try. Step just a tiny little bit out of your comfort zone and try something different. Anything, and it'll help you get out of the spin cycle and start to get on a path. It doesn't matter if it's not the path, because it'll morph and change as you grow and as you learn and as you adapt to the circumstances that the universe is like, finally, you're getting it, and they start giving you more and more opportunities, and then you start to see them, and then you're like, you know what, this doesn't feel so good, or oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for. The reality is, it could have been there the whole time. You just didn't see it. You were so blind to, I don't know. And just taking that action. the other part that's triggering me is realizing that because it's showing up in my life in a couple of different ways, and specifically these two people are looking to start a business and a similar business that I just got out of, I'm looking at how's this a mirror in my life, and what is it about them that's poking me, and what is it about the situation in general that's poking me. And it's also figuring out that I don't have to have the perfect path. You know, starting this blog and putting it on my Cute Crafty Girl page was not something that I intended. Originally, I thought this would be better suited for a personal brand, and it would. But I didn't have that website set up, and to go through and do all of that setup, I wouldn't have started blogging at the day one, and I would have skipped, and then I just would have said, forget it, I'm not going to do any of it. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to miss the experience of doing this because I didn't have all my ducks in a row. And if you think about it, sometimes the ducks waddle off, right? They don't always stay perfectly in line, and that would be me, right? Off on a tangent. So whatever, I figure it out as I go, and I can morph and adapt and change down the road. But for right now, what I have today, what I'm capable of doing, I'm gonna do it. And I can change it down the road. I can morph it. I can, abandon it if it's not what I want to do, and reevaluate and make a new plan for whatever happens after this. So taking that same kind of mindset and evolving that into the new business that I want to create, which is teaching people how to turn their hobbies into a business, and what kind of level do I want to start at, and how do I want to teach them, and realizing that the two people that are asking me questions are looking for specific action steps, but they almost want me to hand them this magic recipe that's going to do the work for them, like a magic pill. And it doesn't really work like that. It's kind of like I have my relationship with the universe, and it looks completely different from what your relationship with the universe is going to look like. I have different asks and demands, and not necessarily expectations, but huge requests and preferences, right? Just like you're going to have different preferences. I like it blunt, straightforward, hit me over the head with a 2x4 kind of opportunity, where some people might need it a little more sugar-coated and a little more comforting and softer, and more like a loving package that would irritate the crap out of me. So teaching you how to have a relationship with the universe like I do isn't going to benefit you. That's the part that you need to do for yourself. How do you like opportunities to show up? What kinds of things do you not like? And sometimes that's the easier place to start, is what are you trying to avoid? What are the things that you absolutely do not want? If you can stop them at all costs, start with that. And sometimes it's the exact opposite. Sometimes it's just shift it to the left or shift it to the right a little bit, and boom, you find that sweet spot. And then ask for it. Dear universe, could you please send me customers that want to learn how to turn their hobby into a business, and that like a direct and simple approach? I'm your girl. Boom. It's not that hard. And then see how that goes. Test it. Wait to see what happens, and have that faith and trust that it'll work. But it's also, what action steps am I going to take to get there? I'm going to start building the course. I'm going to start doing it and mapping out what it is that I need. And as I come up with it, it's like, you know what? This person needs to have this, this, and this as a skill set. Otherwise, they're going to drive me crazy, and I don't want to work with them. So then it becomes, okay, universe, I need this, and lay it out. And then the steps will just start to fall into place. And then you can ask the universe, what's my next step? I'm not sure where to go. If I had to guess, it would be this, but can you show me a sign, and what's the next step? And waiting till that intuition and that motivation kicks in, because it will, and being patient with yourself. So today was all about taking action. Stop asking everybody and their dog for advice, and start listening to what's going on inside you. What does your intuition, what are your guides, what is the universe showing you that you're just missing? And start leaning into that, because the best plan that somebody else creates might not be in alignment with what's inside of you, your values, your beliefs, and your heart, and their plan is useless to you then. It has to come from you. That's it for today. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Let's see what happens. And I'm also looking forward to today kind of unwinding and letting this go, and becoming at peace with myself, because I'm a little bit right now. But I have faith that it'll just kind of melt away. A glass of wine might be the trick to help that melt away. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.